Hi, I'm Kelsey, and this is my boyfriend Jared. And 1 year ago, we were in Kyoto, waking up at 5:30 in the morning to ride our bikes to Fushimi Inari Shrine. When we had rented our bikes a few days before, J-Cycle had given us this brochure with all different bike routes in it, and that's what inspired us to go to the shrine. It was about 5 kilometers away from our Machiya townhouse, and that was definitely the farthest away place that we went on the bikes. This was our last day at our Machiya townhouse vacation home, and it was our last morning with the bikes. J-Cycle needed the bikes back by 10 a.m., so that's part of the reason why we were here so early. We wanted to squeeze in one last bike trip. And then we were also here early because this is an extremely popular shrine, and later in the day it can be really crowded. But even at 6:30 in the morning, there were quite a lot of people here already. Inari is the kami of foxes, fertility, rice, tea, sake, and agriculture, along with industry and general prosperity and worldly success. In the stories of Inari, she is often accompanied by kitsune or spirit messenger foxes. They mark the entrance to the main building of Inari shrines, and they often are holding symbolic things in their mouths. In this case, it was a key, which represents the key to the grain house, and a jewel representing prosperity and wealth. Although there are over 10,000 Tori gates here, about 800 of them make up the Senbon Tori, or the Thousand Tori Gate path up to the top of Inari Mountain, which is the real highlight of the shrine and the reason why everyone is there this early in the day. So we started following the movement of the people up through the main part of the shrine to the Tori Gate lined path. Each of these Tori gates was donated by a Japanese business, a custom that started in the Edo period and will supposedly grant you a wish. This shrine was established in 711 AD, although the current main shrine structure wasn't built until 1499. I'm always interested when stuff has scaffolding on it. This is the entrance to the Tori Gate Tunnel. The beginning of the path was really crowded, which we expected. We had heard that the crowd will thin up the further you get up the mountain, and this was true. It's quite a hike up to the top, and I don't think everyone is fit enough or motivated enough to get up there. We actually didn't go all the way to the top either, but to a good viewpoint. But even at 7 in the morning, sometimes the beginning parts of this walkway were shoulder to shoulder with people. The path starts off with big Tori gates and then splits into two paths, and the Tori gates get smaller. Around 1/3 of all Shinto shrines in Japan are dedicated to Inari. She is very popular. On the way up the mountain, there are thousands of rock altars. I guess these have been set up here by citizens for worship of Inari. Jared took some video of me walking through. I was really thrilled to be there. And then we took some pictures of each other now that the crowd had thinned out a little bit further up the shrine. I hid my camera really quick for my picture. We also saw our first Inari cat.
Oh, he meowed. Yeah. I'm blessed.
This was the first rest area we made it to. There were a few shops that might have been open later on in the day along the path up the mountain where you could have maybe bought a refreshment or something to offer to Inari. There were a lot of kitsune statues along the path as well.
I was gonna take a picture, but I don't know how.
Exactly 1/2 hour after arriving, we had made it to this nice view area as we had seen it labeled on a map earlier. There was an incredible view of Kyoto from here, so that map did not lie, and Jared took a whole bunch of pictures of me. There was a great view of Kyoto, and you could even see as far as Osaka. We were really lucky. It was a nice, clear day, beautiful out. We could see really far. Osaka is 50 kilometers or 30 miles away. There were way less people all the way up here, so Jared got those Instagram-ready photos of me in front of the Tori gates. And then we could have continued up that way, but we started walking back down the mountain. We had to get our bikes back. We went back down past that little restaurant with the dragon statue outside. And then we ended up taking a different route down the mountain than we had when we came up. One of these foxes is holding a scroll, another common item for foxes at Inari shrines to be holding.
So these are all the names of companies that have donated to Tori gates.
That's my understanding of it, yes. Jared. Chemics.
When they claim 10,000 Tori gates, I think a lot of them must be in this section.
Kawaii neko.
There were way more cats on this side of the trails.
Oh, hello. I'm afraid to pet you.
Thank you, kitty. Just says don't bother them when they're sleeping.
Enjoy. Pocari sweats.
I had really been struggling with my selfie stick and camera during this walk. Even my lens case came off and tried to attack me.
Typical.
I actually destroyed my selfie stick, completely popped the top off of it to get these shots of this cat. I just couldn't get it low enough to the ground, and we couldn't fix it until we got back home, so no selfie stick for the rest of the trip. Then we got into this section that was a bit more kind of residential feeling, but it was still filled with stone shrines and this like half Tori gate that we thought was pretty interesting.
All the trash you picked up. Wow. Nice job.
Representative of it.
America genius.
So 1 hour after getting off of our bikes, we were back at the beginning of the shrine. I exited the shrine through the Tori gate and bowed before leaving. It's certainly more crowded on our way out than on our way in this morning.
I actually don't know.
A few last selfies before we rode our bikes back to J-Cycle. People were commuting and on their way to work during our trip. We made it to J-Cycle before 8 a.m. We had so much fun with the bikes. We talk about doing this on other vacations now too. We got caught in the rain. It was really beautiful.
Caught in a rainstorm.
It was still so early that later that same day we went to Toji Tower at another temple, but that's in the next vlog.